I understand why you don't want to go into detail about any discussions you may be having with the government. You don't want to negotiate in public. Fine. Characterize. Does it feel like this time is different?
I think that many things are different now compared to a bit more than 2 years ago, and you ask why. My answer is very simple. Trump is no longer in power. That means it was impossible having managed an international community supporting a solution in Venezuela. Europe with a position of negotiating, the United States and the Trump administration saying that the sanctions and the pressure would oust Maduro from power. I did not agree with that, but saying it would have been an insult to the United States administration. They believed they knew about the solution. I think something that really hurt was the sentence, "All the options are on the table." A military intervention in Venezuela was never raised. However, there were people who had expectations. Trump became, for some Venezuelans, a sort of religious leader. In my opinion, he was completely wrong. To talk about negotiation, having the international support, and listening to voices from the government agreeing to a negotiation was impossible with the Trump administration. Impossible. Trump lost. There is a new administration in Washington. That administration believes that positions need to be aligned with Europe, believes that the international community needs to be aligned in the search for the recovery of democracy in Venezuela. They are ready to accompany and support the negotiation process. There are also people on Maduro's side who have noticed that the existential conflict is not good in the position they are in because there is no way to recover the country economically. I imagine the government is under heavy internal pressure. You may have seen on the road that they were late due to a tree fallen on the freeway. You may have seen the soldiers trying to chop the tree with a machete. You may have noticed that the soldiers are skinnier than me. I am called the thin one, and they are thinner than me. So you see that that soldier is not eating well. He probably lives in a very modest house. His grandmother probably needs medicine. In the terms that have been raised, some would say that Maduro doesn't care. I think the socioeconomic situation of Venezuela is like a very thin thread that could break. It is not broken, but it could break. And I think that on the other side, they also take stock. It is the vision that I have where we're at this moment. I think that things are different now because I believe that we can all be aligned in the same position.
Are you all aligned in the same position? Or are you yourself, Henrique Capriles, representing a certain position within the opposition, and other members of the opposition have a slightly different position, and so there is no unified front?
Okay, I think that the opposition, we are Democrats, and Democrats don't need to be like-minded or have the same opinion. Of course, you could interview other people in the opposition, and you will find different approaches. There are people who would like an invasion from the United States. They would love that a force of militaries from other countries comes and that they arrive here with boats, helicopters, and, well, anything could happen.